All right, man. We about to get into this story. We I have to talk about it. I have to talk about this story for so many reasons. There's so many layers when you're talking about this story. But let's kind of get into it. So, Kim Mulkey, the LSU head coach, she had some interesting comments on what she said about the scuffle that happened towards the end of the game. Now, I'm going to give you my take. I'm going to give you my analysis on the situation. Now, let me be very clear starting off. I watched the entire game from start to finish. And let me say this. There was definitely some things that was going on during that game, even starting off early on in the game. You had Angel Reese was doing a lot of trash talking. Now, I like trash talking. I think trash talking is very entertaining, and I appreciate trash talking when you're talking about the game of basketball, really in any sport, as long as you can back it up. I like it when a person can stand up for themselves and they're talking junk back at them. And then for a lot of people, that raises the intensity of the game, which some players have the ability to raise their game up to another level. So let's be very clear on that. So I enjoy trash talking. But there was a lot of things that Angel Reese was doing. I was watching her during that game. She made some dirty plays. She was throwing elbows. She hit Kamilla Cardoso several times. There was one time when she was trying to post up and she came and swung her arm and hit her elbow up against Cardoso's neck and face area. That right there. Now, they did call an excessive foul, which I believe USC had got 2 shots. But there were several times in that game where there was trash talking. When you're trash talking like that and the games are physical and the game is getting physical the way that it was, there is eventually pressure gonna bust a pipe. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Pressure is gonna bust a pipe, and eventually something is going to happen. So let's get into the end of the game. So at the end of the game, let me say this at the end of the game. There was a situation that came up where Flau'jae got the ball taken away from her by Maulkey Comments, the freshman phenom, the guard for USC. She stole the ball from Flau'jae. Great steal. It was a pivotal steal and pivotal defensive play for the Lady Gamecocks. Flau'jae fouled her, but it wasn't a regular foul. She held on Flau'jae's shorts and was tugging it, almost like pulling her shorts down, which wrapped up Maulkey Comments. Maulkey Comments, the freshman point guard for the Gamecocks, didn't necessarily like it, okay? So the rest of the teammates, after they called the foul, and then the referees was going to look at it and call it an aggressive foul, which was going to give USC 2 shots, the Lady Gamecocks was happy. They was like, yeah, we got him. And Ashley Watkins was celebrating that defensive play that her teammate had made. Now, Flau'jae looked at Ashley Watkins, who's plays for the Gamecocks, and she said some choice words to Ashley Watkins, and she threw her elbow and forearm and hit Ashley Watkins. Now, Kamilla Cardoso saw this, and Kamilla Cardoso went running to the defense of her teammate because she didn't like the fact that Flau'jae hit her, and she pushed Flau'jae Johnson. Now, we all know the people that get penalized is usually the ones that react to a situation. Usually the person that reacts is usually the one that gets the blunt of the discipline or something going wrong. They get the blame. But I'm here to tell you, on the Royal Figures YouTube channel, Kamilla Cardoso should not have been ejected from that game. She did not start the situation. Now, should she been called for a technical foul? Yes, she should have. But my thing is, if you're going to kick Kamilla Cardoso out the game, Flau'jae Johnson should have been kicked out the game as well. All right, now that's my take on that part. But I wanted to do this live because Mulkey, who is the LSU head coach, has some interesting words to say about Kamilla Cardoso. And let's kind of get into it. So, in her post game, she said Kamilla Cardoso, not Kamilla Cardoso, Mulkey, the LSU head coach. She made a very, very interesting comment. And I like Mulkey. Let me make sure I say that. I like how feisty she is. She's definitely a no-nonsense type of coach. And all this is fair play, y'all. All this fair play. When emotions get high, at the end of the day, LSU lost and the Lady Gamecocks won. Mulkey was still upset. You can tell in the post game, she was still upset. She didn't even allow herself, her words, to be kind of political in a way where she didn't allow her emotions to kind of be under wraps a little bit. She allowed her emotions to say something like this. So what she said is, I wish she would have pushed Angel Reese. You don't push a girl who's that size when you're 6'7". This is what Mulkey said. We're playing some good basketball right now. I love where we are right now. Now, let me tell you this, man. When you're coming to the defense of your teammate, nobody is looking at how big or small the opposing team player is. They're going at you because they're saying to themselves, I need to protect my teammate. I'm not going to allow you to bully my team the way that you think that you can. And I have no issue what Kamilla Cardoso did. But for Mulkey to make that statement when you had Staley downplayed the situation and you had several other people downplayed the situation, Mulkey is the one that is instigating it even more by actually encouraging Kamilla Cardoso, past tense, that, hey, I wish you would have had did somebody that's bigger than Flau'jae like that, because now we would have been talking out a different situation where Angel Reese would have went to blows with you. That's, in essence, that's what Mulkey is saying. It's almost like she said, I wish you would. I wish you would have did Angel Reese like that. It would have been an MFing problem. Hey, man. Mulkey is about that life, and the situation is kind of hilarious, but on a serious note, I get it. I understand it. When you are pissed off that you lost the SEC tournament championship, and let me be very clear on what I'm about to say. I don't even like the fact on how a lot of these college athletes, they're at the end of the game, they're shaking hands at the end of the game. At the end of the day, man, when emotions are high the way that it was, there ain't no need to shake hands, man. This is D1 basketball. This is the highest level of college basketball, right up under the professional realm of playing in the WNBA. At the end of the day, man, you should not have to be going over there and shaking the hands of the coaches, shaking the hands of the opposing players. When your emotions are high, man, it is what it is. And I don't care what anybody gonna say, talking about, oh man, it's the team sport, it's team camaraderie, it's teaching team sportsmanship. Man, forget that. Forget that. Forget that. You shouldn't have to do that. And you see how the Lady Gamecock girls did not shake the hands of the LSU girls at the end of the game. But Dawn Staley went over there. She's trying to be a class act. She's trying to be respectful and things of that nature for her team because she's the coach of the team. So I understand it to a certain extent. She goes over there and she's talking to Flau'jae and they're having some words and things of that nature. But Dawn Staley, right after the game, downplayed the situation. She said, you know, I'm not a saint. I played basketball. I played college basketball. I played professional sports. And I wasn't a saint. And I had did some things on the basketball court. When emotions are high, when the stakes are high the way it is, things like this happen. So let's get that out the way. This is not something that Kamilla Cardoso is a thug or anything like that. This is normal because if this happened in the boys, the college basketball sport, we wouldn't be talking about this as significant as they're trying to make Kamilla Cardoso out to be. Kamilla Cardoso did nothing wrong. She stood up for her teammate, which is normal in sports. That's what you're supposed to do. But for Kim Mulkey to make those comments the way that she did, if you say that when the cameras are not on, I get it. I get it. That's normal conversation, y'all. That is normal conversation. This is something that you say to your coaching staff or to your friends, to your family when the cameras are no way on. But when you're representing a top-notch athletic program, a college institution, you have to be more seasoned with your words. What I mean by that, you have to be more political with your words. You can't say, I wish you would have did Andrew Reese like that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Really? Really? On a side note, I hope the Lady Gamecocks see LSU again. I'm looking forward to another matchup. The NCAA tournament is coming up. Now, there has been talks that that tournament where Kamilla Cardoso will not be able to play in the first round based off on her ejection in the SEC tournament game, which I think is bogus. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, I was just upset that Flau'jae got a chance to finish the game off. She started the whole situation. She should have been ejected as well. Point blank, period. But what I want to go to, let's go into the conversation that I want to talk about what Dawn Staley said. Let's go in this. All right, so let's kind of go in depth to what Dawn Staley had to say in regards to the situation. She said, this is what Dawn Staley had said. I want to apologize for us playing a part in that. She's talking about the scuffle. That's not who we are. That's not what we are about. And this is the statement that Dawn Staley had made. Now, let me just tell you how profound that statement was. It's because it shows a level of wisdom from Coach Dawn Staley. It shows how she's able, even though she may not even feel that way, she understands the landscape of media. She understand the repercussions, whether if she says something that was agitatious, how she would have been looked at as a head coach. That's a leader's response. Now, that's what she said publicly. But I bet you behind closed doors, she is praising Kamilla Cardoso for standing up for her teammates. This is what you supposed to do. I'm telling y'all, this is what you supposed to do. But Don Staley understood the assignment. This is bigger than just me and my team. This is big. This is up there where I'm representing a college institution. I'm representing the NCAA tournament. I want to make sure that I'm representing it in a good way while the cameras are on me. Now, did she had to apologize? No. But she did it strategically, y'all. Strategically. And I like that. And I like the comments that she made. And at the end of the day, man, let me just tell y'all, man, it shows you the difference between the coaching between Don Staley and Mulkey. I'm not saying Mulkey is a bad coach. By no means of imagination. I like Mulkey. I'm just saying I did not like how she addressed the incident that happened during the game and saying that she wished Kamilla Cardoso would have pushed Angel Reese like that. At the end of the day, you don't want no type of fight to go on during the game. You want a high intensity game where both teams are going at it. And I don't mind if it's physical, that's a part of the game, but you don't want a fight to break out. And I understood, you know what I'm saying, what she was trying to say, but you just can't make that type of statement. Point blank, period. Now, let's kind of go, and that's the one between the actual, let me see. Let's see what else they have. But that's my take on it, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do y'all think about the scuffle that happened during the game? Do you feel that Mulkey was wrong in her statements? Do you feel that way? Do you feel that way? I want to know. And let's kind of go right here. So this is what I was telling you about earlier when Don Staley went over to Flau'jae, and you can tell both of them they was talking at the end of the game. And it's kind of going to go into what was said. Now, Don Staley made a comment, and she said that Flau'jae Johnson came up to her after the game and apologized to her. And she said she's not that type of player. Staley appreciated Johnson apologizing and wanted to share publicly. That's big, man. That's big. That is big. And then you have Mulkey making the statement that she made. And Flau'jae Johnson, that's why I'm telling y'all, man, Flau'jae Johnson know what she did. This is why I said this is why I say that the referees got it wrong. Flau'jae Johnson know what she did. She know that she was the instigator. She know that she started this whole situation. At the end of the day, I'm not mad at it. It is what it is. I appreciate Flau'jae Johnson going to Don Staley personally, woman to woman, and saying that, you know what, I messed up. I started that whole fiasco. If I would have controlled my emotions and not hit Ashley Watkins, this whole situation would not have happened. So I lost my cool. I lost my emotions. It is what it is. And this is what I would say to Mulkey. In your statement, let me kind of just push back what you said, that you wish a 6'8", 6'7", girl can't be going at 6 foot or 5'9" Flau'jae Johnson like that. I disagree, because at the end of the day, when Flau'jae Johnson or if any person on the opposing team makes a physical aggression the way that she did to her teammates, then a teammate is going to respond. They're not looking at the size. They're looking at you being very aggressive and hitting one of my teammates. And they're saying that we're not going to tolerate that against our team. You're not going to hit us, or you're not going to treat us in that type of way. Point blank, period. Point blank. So at the end of the day, man, I appreciate what Flau'jae Johnson did, communicating to Don Staley personally. At the end of the day, I'm not calling Kim Mulkey a bad head coach. I just think it was a bad choice of words to say at the end of the game, especially in the post-game conference. You have to be political, and when these stakes on the line like that, you can't represent fighting or represent aggression or saying that I wish you would have pushed Angel Reese like that. That's not the comments you make on that podium. You have to make another statement because you're representing the SEC, and you can't make statements like that. Whether she's going to get fined, we'll see. We'll see. She should get fined for those comments because that's escalating a situation. If y'all play again, you don't think that the Lady Gamecock's going to remember that statement that she made? Let me tell y'all something. Don't get it twisted. Don't think because Don Staley was apologizing for that situation. Don Staley is feisty. And Don Staley is going to use that as bulletin board material during this NCAA tournament. And if they end up playing LSU again, it's going to be on. And I'm going to be right there with some popcorn and grape soda to watch that game. All right, man, y'all already know the free ways that y'all can actually support my channel, man. All y'all simply have to do is to go over to my YouTube channel, Royal Figures, hit that subscribe button, like my videos, comment on my videos, and y'all let me know based off on the perspective topic at hand. Y'all can actually go ahead and support the Royal Figures YouTube channel by actually going to our YouTube store. It's right up on our videos, right up on our YouTube channel, where you can purchase some merch from there. You can actually go directly to our website at www.royalfigures.org, and we'll appreciate all the support there on our website, where you can purchase some phenomenal merch over on our website. So we appreciate everyone, man. We're closing in close to 10,000 subscribers, and definitely we appreciate all the support, man. Y'all already know my motto: keep your head on a swivel. Make sure that you're watching who you're around, because always remember this formula: association times your environment will always equal a positive or negative influence. Until